Yes. Simple. God doesn't judge anybody. You know, God is not there standing with a hammer to pass judgment over people's issues in life. God's love is unconditional. So if someone's divorced, of course they have a right to go to God. Of course they have a right to worship God. Absolutely. The problem when you say they don't is that people get racked with guilt, feel that they're worthless, feel that their life is a failure, feel that they've committed some type of sin. It's absolutely not true. You know, life's full of difficulties, challenges, and this, that, and the other, and God's love is there unconditionally, and God doesn't sort of cut the link because you've taken a course of action in your life that you know that other people have put a label on. So I hope that answers the question. Quite simply, really, there is no judgment. There's not really much more to say about it. It's a you know, it's that unconditional love of God. So if God's love is unconditional, how possibly can somebody who's a divorcee not have the right to worship God? It just doesn't add up. You know, it's Orthodox religion that has you know, put those restrictions in there and those judgments in there. You know, everybody's life has got different circumstances that play out. Relationships work, sometimes they don't work. Sometimes people try very, very hard. Sometimes somebody may be in an abusive relationship, you know, which is horrendous for that person and possibly children. And maybe getting divorced is the only way out of that. You know, there's so many different factors that can enter into it, and we all try and we all do things that maybe work, maybe not work. That's the experience of life, isn't it? We are the ones who, you know, in terms of those relationships, if it's come to a completion, then fine. If it hasn't come to a completion with that divorce, then at some point in time, those two souls will come together for completion of that karma, whether it's this incarnation or future incarnation. That's the law of cause and effect. It's quite simple. God is not the judgment. It's not the judge and jury. God is the silent witness. So God's love is unconditional, and we are the ones who need to resolve various issues as we go along through life.
Yes. I would just, I'm sorry to have said everything, but in addition to that, it's not what you do, but how you do it. And the most important thing, if a divorce has to happen for whatever reason, or something that society considers wrong, whatever that may be, if you can try and adhere to no violence in words, thoughts and action, then that's the most important thing. You know, that's the thing that's going to separate you from the divine. If you do have, and it can be mild violence, and we all do it. We all do that every day in one form or another. It can be very mild, a slightly, a very, very slightly violent thought. It can just be a dislike or something very, very simple. But that's what's important, how you go about something. and you can go through a divorce, and you can endeavour to make that as beautiful as possible. If it is possible, it's not always possible, but at least you endeavour to do that, and that's what will separate you. Not what you do, but how you do it.